All right, we're loaded into it. Yet another community cast, and we've got our favorite Zerg player here at the top left-hand side. And by favorite, I mean second favorite to Boom because he's watching right now, and I have to appeal to him. This is NYK. In the bottom right-hand side, in the blue, it is the Protoss player. It is Dastan. So this pretty much a Grandmaster level game. So let's see what kind of shenanigans is actually going to happen in this game. Let's see if NYK ends up building more than 50 drones. The mysteries will never cease. So far, I actually have not even heard of Dastan. Even if he is in Grandmaster, like unless he went by other names in the past. Actually, I've not heard of him or seen him in any streams, really. All right, gateways at the front. And, ooh, look at that. That's pretty much a drone block right there. Couldn't get it quite on time. And he's straight up going to have to take this third base instead. And some people are literally just sending the probe immediately just to block it. Because sometimes the 16 will actually stop it. Will actually be like too early of a hatch for the probe to block. So they just send it like pretty much immediately. And it blocks it. Look at that. Fancy micro. Fancy micro. This guy is going to be an expansion for Dastan. Nothing too crazy here. Probably just going to go into Cybercore. And the question, what tech is he going to go for behind here? I don't know what type of Protoss player Dastan actually is. He might actually be a Robo player. He might be kind of a 2-base Linny player. He might be a Glaive Adept player. He might be kind of a Stargate player. Now, a proper Protoss would know all those things, but whenever you play the ladder, whenever you get really, really good, you tend to be like a specialist in certain builds in a way. Keeping that Overlords at the front, just making sure no cannon rush shenanigans are happening here. Very, very nice micro here. And yeah, I guess we're going to be going into a normal game from here. And now that the Cybercore is finished, we're rolling to see an Adept. Probably Chrono boosted out as well. Ooh, look at that. Small mini supply block, but now that's finally done. Getting the warp gate as well. And the Overlord pretty much sees this immediately. And he's going to chill. As he probably can assume it's going to be an Adept, not a Stalker. And ooh, look at that probe. What is he planning on doing? I think he just wants to see how many links are actually out here. The answer is going to be 2. And since he saw the Adept, he might make another one, but we'll see. There we go. Actually, it's going to be 4 Zerglings, which is more than enough to deal with a singular Adept, especially with the Queen as well. Ooh, yeah, very nice move. Going to be using that Creep Tumor to connect his third base back to his natural. And yeah, he's going to be... Oh, he doesn't actually grab a Zergling. And he just shades away. Now, ideally, what you would have done is, get that Zergling and shade off and get it for free. So you just shade away. You see what you can get. And if it doesn't work out, well, you leave. So far, 1 drone going down. And another drone damage down to half health. Now, it is going to heal, so it's not going to be able to... it's not going to be, like, one-shottable by any means. But yeah, did he actually make a second Adept? No, he actually went for the Stalker. So Stalker normally is kind of an indicator that you want to stop any sort of Overlord Scout. Why? Well, it looks like we've got our answer right here with a Glaive Adept timing. And you've got that 4 gateway Glaive Adept timing that we see Zez do quite often. So it's 1, 2 gateways and 3, 4 gateways as well. Into a Warp Prism with Glaives. This can easily go into more Adepts and or Immortals or anything that you want into a third base. You actually transition out of this quite nicely. Question is, can NYK actually deduce that it is, in fact, Glaives? It is going to be a little bit difficult as we don't... so we only see a Stalker here at the front. But the bases are up. And he's just going mass links at this point. He's making sure he is going to be defending against that 100%. He is actually at 28 drones to the 41 of his opponent. But the difference is that he's going to make sure that he knows when he's taking third. If he doesn't see third, well, no drones for me. If he does see third, he'll probably start droning at that point. But, I mean, that Warp Prism does have a job to do right now. And he's going to try and do as much damage as he can. Nice Overlord spread out of NYK. He's going to see this Warp Prism happening, and he's just going to try and pick off as much army as possible, too. All right. Probably going to try and go for the main as well. Ooh, nice position here. Actually using the Warpins as a choke point. And that was beautiful. I do like that quite a bit. Nice. He's going to stay at 37. I don't think he needs more, though, if he wants to defend this. And he knows that there isn't a third base, so there's no rush to get any more units. Nice catch here on those adepts. Very nicely played. That's going to be a full surround. Probably most of them going to go down, if not all of them, actually. He's going to get probably like 3 drones or something. Maybe 4. 3 only, and that's rough. Definitely rough for our Pro House player. But he is ahead on workers. That's like the only good part. Yeah, he has to find more damage here. He doesn't really have a choice. Alright, so Warp Prism is right there. He takes care of that. Finally goes back to droning. And, we have a little bit of a link counterattack here. Looks like he wants to see if he can find an opening. This mortal going to be used to block that wall. I think he realizes that he does need the links to actually help him defend against this cheeky Warp Prism here. Even more adepts on the way. Doesn't mean you kill the adepts. That there are no more adepts in play. Definitely going to try and make them again. 3 Ravagers, the magic number to take down a Warp Prism. So if he ever finds the opportunity, he's definitely going to get him. Alright, are they going to finish? I don't think so. I don't think he'll do the same mistake as last time. It's going to be picking off that Overlord. That's going to be step 1. Step 2, win the game, but how do you actually make it between step 1 and step 2 at this point? I mean, he did went up to a pretty comfortable drone count, which is 41. That allows you to kind of make enough, pretty much continuous roaches off 3 bases quite nicely. And the thing with the depths, he even has the correct composition with depths too. He's going to shade it into the ramp here. But I mean, the roaches plus these zerglings are going to be good enough to actually take care of all of these adepts as well. And I mean, every single time you clear an entire adept wave, that's really good for you. Thing is, Dastan behind this actually never stopped making probes. So as soon as he gets a third base, if he chooses to do so, he pretty much instantly fully saturates it. And only now are we going to see tech out of NYK. And ooh, that's actually more adepts literally going across. He knows that the play here is counterattacks, and he's pretty much going to finish those. Maybe taking care of those links. Maybe going to get a few drone kills. Hopefully that is the plan. But no, not quite. He's going to try and shade to the third base. I do believe he's going to let those finish. And one of them finishes. Can he get a couple of drones, though? That's going to be the question. That's 1 drone. That's possibly going to be 2. Possibly 3. No, just 2. It's definitely better than nothing. And he's still keeping the Zerg player on a relatively low drone count. In the meantime, though, as soon as this finishes, I mean, he's going to have almost a fully saturating third base right there. The thing is, he doesn't have that much tech. He only has a Robo. And he has Glaives and Sentries. That's pretty much it. On the side of NYK, he's finally starting Roach speed, some Bane speed, and +1 melee for those links. That's going to allow not only his links, but his Banelings to pack a lot more of a punch. And he's going to be sending those adepts again. As soon as he sees the Roaches, though, I don't think he's going to finish those. No way. He did it, that absolute mad lad. He's not going to get anything, though, and I think that was kind of wasteful out of Dastan, not going to lie. He didn't really get any drones for that. And he could have easily canceled. I mean, he could have just run away and probably just wait for him to try and attack. And as soon as he attacks, that's when you go for the counterattack. When NYK finally hitting that drone button, going up to 11 drone production. And he's finally comfortable at his 70 drone. And this is unit time, baby. 12 Zerglings with the Bane speed on the way, too. The Templar Archives is not even finished. Blink is also on the way, which is kind of an interesting choice. You think normally you would get charge, but no. He's going Blink before charge, which is kind of interesting. I think he possibly wants to go for another push, and if he smells blood and water, well, he's just going to go for a Blink in. But I mean, Blink, he only has 4 Stalkers, so I'm not too sure about this choice. Ooh, +1 attack is on the way as well. And the 4th base is down for NYK. So NYK did make it past 50 drones. That's fantastic. Very proud of him. And now we're in it for a macro game. And +1 is about to finish. These links are about to be quite strong. And we don't see many Zealots on the side of his opponent. So these Zerglings definitely going to be doing a lot of... these Zerglings, yeah, going to be doing a lot of work in these upcoming fights. Doesn't have Storm on the way. He is, I think, just going to go pretty much for Archons at this point, which is pretty much all he needs against a lot of Ling Bane. So I think this game is actually still quite equal. Storm has finally started as well. Is he morphing the Archons? No, I think he's just going to wait and for the Storm to finish, and then once that is done, he'll have accumulated so much energy on his High Templar that he's probably going to have 2 Storms each. So that's going to be quite cost efficient. He wouldn't have to make twice the amount of High Templar. He would actually literally have 2 on each. All right, does actually take care of that hallucination right there. Crazy Spread is a little bit not that far forward. Could be a little better. He doesn't have to work on that if he wants to defend properly in the future. But look at that. That's actually a massive Ling Bane army right there. Even more Banelings on the way. And this base is going to be a little bit difficult to actually hold because there's a lot of surroundability here from the south side, the west side, and the north side at the same time. The thing is, though, I do believe Storm is probably going to finish on time, which is going to be fantastic to deal with all these Banelings. In fact, if you can get the force fields down as well, that would be fantastic. Does he actually know what's going on? He does see the small kind of Baneling counterattack. I say small, but that's actually a massive amount of Banelings. And he's seeing those Adepts across the map going for a counterattack, bringing back the entire army of NYK, actually. These Banelings trying to go for the probes. And I don't think he's going to find them, though. I say that, but yeah, he does find quite a few. Knocking his opponent down to 60 probes. Alrighty. Okay, well, all of a sudden, I think NYK somehow is pulling himself back to a pretty damn good situation. Looks like Dastan is going to keep going for these all of these Adept counterattacks. But the thing is that when the counterattacks meet the counterattacks, that's when things get a little bit tricky for a Protoss player, because now if he loses these for free, that's a lot of supply down. Those aren't exactly cheap. I mean, they're kind of cheap on the resources, but they're not cheap in terms of the production. Oh man, and the Banelings just literally rolling on through, not giving a heck about any of these storms. And he just crushes that army completely. And I think the next step after this army is definitely going to be the 4th base. Banelings being morphed here on the north side, probably going to go for a Baneling counterattack while this attack is happening as well. Even more Zerglings on the way. Spire and Hive on the way as well. And even if this attack doesn't quite fully pan out, he's going to have those Banelings on the north side. Nice block here with the Adepts, though. Actually taking care of a lot of those Banelings. And with only 4 Banelings left, this is going to be a little bit difficult to actually get in. In fact, he's not going to get in. That's a triple gateway wall off. And he's not going to get any more damage done than he actually has. 74 workers. That's a very healthy worker count. But in terms of the army, I mean, NYK does have a much bigger army. And +2 is about to finish. So these Baneling boys about to get real strong. He does have the High Templar already, though. It's all going to be about the storms. And yeah, he just pushed that back completely. All right, NYK is probably going to have to look for a 5th base eventually. He can't stay on these 4 bases forever, I don't think. Because he wasn't able to quite end the game. Man, more... Look at that. This is kind of interesting. He's even bringing an Immortal with this. I think this is kind of a hatchery sniping squad, I think. Oh, geez. He's going for the north. And does he have enough units? I'm not even sure. He's warping in a lot of Zealots, though, but those are going to get blown up by the Banelings quite easily. Especially with the +2. Alright. Nice warp in here, kind of walling off those Banelings for access to the probe. And a recall. Very nice recall. Is he going to get out on time? Oh my god, the probes actually get out in time. Nice wall off here, too, blocking that out. And these Zerglings finally find this group of Stalkers. I don't know if he can actually deal with them, though. I think we deal with them now. But at least that 3rd base is gone, but he didn't lose that many probes. He recalled them just barely on time. Oh, damn. Okay, well, now these Stalkers are going to be looking for a counterattack, and I think the entire army, in fact, is looking for a counterattack. He does have quite a few Archons. I don't know if he has Storms, though. That High Templar gets caught completely out of position. That was 2 Storms right there. Oh, my God. All right. I don't think Dastan is in great position anymore. And finally, these probes are in a little bit of danger. This counterattack is doing a lot of damage. Oh, no. So far for I mean, so much for the recall, and I was actually losing quite a few probes behind this. Wait, these Archons are stuck. Rip. He's gonna have to kill his gateway, unfortunately, or the Cybercore, whichever you want. But he has to realize this, as these Archons are quite pivotal in this next fight. Oh, geez. Hopefully he gets them out. This would be very bad if he doesn't get them out. 3 Archons in this fight would be very, very important. Yeah. This is bad. He has 3 Archons here. If he had 6 Archons, I don't even... Like, this army cannot beat 6 Archons. Ooh, he's just gearing up for a counterattack. As soon as he sees that the Zerg army is not in position... Oh, no, actually doesn't even... Oh, look at that. He doesn't even need to... destroy the gateway. He just ferries them. Excellent. This is going to be a massive attack from the Zerg player. The storms are coming down, but the banelings are still a-rolling. Okay, so far Dastan still defends that, and he's trying to counterattack here with a couple of zealots, Archon, and some 2 Archons, in fact, and some Stalkers. And he's trying to push forward here. The baneling's blowing up on the Archons, which is about as cost-efficient as you can get. But he is going to be losing that army entirely eventually. This counterattack, though, is kind of successful, not going to lie. Those Archons starting to run a little bit low. Those Stalkers not aiding in the fight. And he's going to have to recharge on all of those High Templar if he wants to make this happen. That Archon eventually going to go down. And I mean, this attack is going to die. And that's 3 Immortals right there. I'm not too sure about the decision to actually bring the Immortals with him. Yeah, that's a lot of money that he just used for a counterattack. I don't think that's the wisest move. Going to be catching a lot of these drones here in the transfer. Gets an actual kill there on that hatchery. Hello? Alrighty. Counterattacks have been successful so far. Man, like, Stalker counterattacks are... I don't know how effective they actually are. Alright, these Ravagers are still here. We're still on Ravager attack, but you know what? +3 Zerglings are on the way as well. And whenever I say Zerglings, I also mean Banelings. So Banelings are going to be even more cost-efficient as well than before. What do we have in terms of upgrades for the Protoss player? Just +2 attack, whereas we're going to have +3, +1 for the Zerg player. Man, no joke. This matchup is literally just Ling Bane Ravager infinitely against whatever Protoss can actually muster. Alright. 46 probes only for the Protoss player. And oh no, this is kind of walled in, and these probes are totally done for. No, 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 please, they're right there. No. NYK. Wow. Small Zealot counterattack here. Gonna do maybe a little bit of damage? No, not even. Ravagers and Banelings are literally in position, so that's not gonna work at all. And those are ended up just kind of being wasted Zealots there. Trying to go for a north counterattack as well. I don't think that's gonna work either. If he reacts on time, though, hopefully. Yeah, he does. Okay, so he's not gonna get that base, though. That's a lot of Storm energy. I'm not gonna lie here. Storm is super, super scary. That's a lot of Ravagers. Oh my good god. Good golly. Oh, he does take care of those quite easily. I think he's even gonna go for this newly 4th base here. And I don't think he's definitely not gonna have enough. Ooh, look at that. Splitting up his army quite nicely. Dealing with this bottom attack as well at the same time. Even all the while crushing the front and the army. Like, look at the supply right now. It's 194 to 100. Forcing to recall pretty much everything. Does actually miss 2 High Templar, which would have been really useful. But, I mean, NYK does decide to back off. So, actually, these storms are going to be useful at defending this 4th base. Man. I think just NYK is just not able to break him. Just not able to do it. Alright, well, I have no idea how this game is going to end. I mean, so far we've been on 4 bases for about 5.5 years. And only now is NYK getting a new base. Eventually this is going to mine out. This has been taken up quite early, so there's still, like, kind of a lot of minerals on it. So we'll see. Another big attack towards the north. And he's just waiting for it. Ooh, nice storms, though, out of the High Templar. Taking care of a lot of the Banelings. But more Banelings at the back of this. And, you know, NYK, never just one prong. It's going to be definitely two prong. Actually, no. Decides to send it back. Is there a counterattack here? Wait, no. Okay, he's just sending it home just in case the counterattack were to happen. Just being a little bit ahead of his time here. Using the biles to retreat very nicely. All right, man. 100 armies, 100 supply difference here. 198 to 97. Are we finally going to get the game-ending move here out of NYK? I definitely don't think Dastan has enough units at his third base to actually defend all of this. In the meantime, though, he actually even needs to fight on this front, which is not going to work either. Actually storming his own Archon there. And this base is completely forfeit as well. He's going to try and go for one last final-ditch effort. With 4 Archons, he does have 4 storms, I believe. That's 1 storm already down. That's not great. This base completely goes down. And now the storms are really good on the Ravagers, though. But the Biles actually getting dodged here by the Blinkstalkers. He's, I think, possibly winning this front. Actually, not even. The +3 Zerglings are doing work. And he's actually taking care of the front while flanking from the back. And that's going to be GG, and NYK takes it.